This is Ben, Liam and Bell on Nova.
Hell yeah, man. The Super Bowl, baby. Woo! Kansas City Chiefs versus San Francisco 49ers. Bell, as you know, Ben and I always have been huge fans of the Super Bowl, so we are probably going to leave early today to go to the pub.
Yeah.
We can't miss it. We love the game. We love the sport.
Sure.
So if you just hold
no,
the-
you're not
hold-
allowed to. We
hold
actually have a
down the fort.
midday meeting today, so you will not be able to
Well,
leave.
I'll phone in from the sports bar.
40 wings deep.
Shee.
Gross.
Oh, man, I'm going to be drinking blue cheese sauce today. That's what I intend on doing.
I am excited, though, for the Usher halftime performance. Rumour also that Justin Bieber might jump up with him.
Biebs.
So that would be sick.
Usher, to me, doesn't seem like the obvious choice. You know what I mean? Like, he's obviously a massive star, but I wouldn't say the most current star.
Feels like it's Taylor Swift's Super Bowl without her performing.
Could you imagine?
know what I mean? Like,
Could you imagine if Taylor Swift was doing the halftime? Like, imagine if she flew in, did halftime, and flew out. Crazy.
Oh, what if she jumps up with him? What if suddenly she does a
Maybe.
little cameo?
Maybe. Hey, you
I
have
mean,
to watch
doubt
it.
it, but-
It's today at about 10:30.
Ben and Belle, do you ever do that thing where you call your parents and you can almost feel them like scrambling to their phone, like, and they answer super quickly? Because I think if they don't get it then and there, then you might not speak to them for like another month. Do you ever get that?
Not really, no.
That's kind of sad. No, my mum never picks up my calls. So
Oh, okay. My mum, we could call her now, and she would just wake up and like pick it up.
Really?
She's like, yeah, any time of the day, every time. Like even like I think she always thinks that maybe something's gone wrong. If I call her, she's like, I'm at work, but like, everything all good. And I'm like, yeah, all good. Talk to you later. But I had one on the weekend where, and I speak to mum, dad pretty regularly. Like we're obviously interstate, so
How often?
I would say like every week, every 2 weeks. Yeah, we're fairly
Yeah.
in touch. And so I've called mum, and she did that thing, like scrambled, like answered it within 2 rings. And she's like, "Oh, hey buddy, how you doing?" And I was like, "Yeah, good." And I could hear it was quite like echoey. And I was like, yeah. And like, it's like they don't realize like if it's not a convenient time.
Yeah.
Just call me back in 5 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to not answer your call. Like, it's a weekend. I'm free, like, all day.
So your mum was dropping a deuce.
She said, I'm just pooing. And I said,
That's
like,
so your mum.
you don't have to answer the call, like, it's fine. I'll just call back. And she said, no, just wait there. And I was like, so what? So am I supposed to just sit here and listen to you pooing now? Is that what's going to, like, I know you're my mum, but I don't, do I wait for the plonk and then I can talk? Or like, what?
A bit of mystery, mum.
Yeah. She's like, no. I'll be done soon. I'm like, Mum, like we can do this another time. Like honestly, she's like, no. I just ended up staying on the call and just like walked away from my phone for a bit and heard the flash, and she was like, yeah, I'm good now. It's great.
she loves you. She wants to
It's
speak
very,
to you.
very sweet. But
That's so
that's
lovely.
nightmare fuel there. Just listening to, and especially the iPhones these days, they pick up
Yeah.
everything. You know what I mean? It's like I was in the room.
Do you think like being in the shower on the phone is inappropriate?
I don't think I've ever taken my phone into the shower.
Ever.
Ah,
Do you bring your phone to the shower?
I was on a very long phone call with producer Andy last week, and I was in the shower. I don't know if you knew
Wasn't
that,
it
Andy. but-
FaceTime, was it?
No. I was just in the shower while we were talking.
That's crazy.
I was on speaker
I-
because I,
I-
had to
crazy.
get ready.
Isn't that like the
and do
one
stuff.
time you have to be out of technology? Like that's for me, that's a great time to just getting your shower thoughts and
Are
recollecting.
you taking your phone in the shower regularly?
No, not like to use it, but like I put it on a little
Why
shelf
else
on
would you-
speaker and have a phone call sometimes if it's like. If I'm like really, if I have to get going, but we're like having a conversation, then I'll be
That's
like, oh, I'll just take
crazy.
it in with me.
That's crazy. Call them back.
Yeah, but we were in like.
You're the same as my mum. That's just as weird. Like I don't want to be speaking to you in the shower. I don't want to speak anywhere.
Too late, Liam.
I would say anywhere in the bathroom. Phone doesn't like. Obviously, it's fun playing games on your phone and watching TikToks when you're pooing, of course.
Yep.
But I'm not going to answer a call from anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
I've also gone to the toilet while on the phone to you guys before. Definitely.
We could tell.
Yeah, when you're straining through those calls. I mean,
Yeah.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Ellie in Bond Beach, are you a big Swifty?
Yeah, huge.
Oh, and so you don't have your tickets for this weekend?
No, I've tried everything.
Well, your voice is on air, so maybe we'll change that for you. You are now in the
Yes.
draw to come into
Thank
our
you.
corporate box. You will be finding out at the end of the week.
Okay.
But let's kick into this quiz. Now, I'm sure if you're a big Tay-Tay fan, you'll probably know this. The Super Bowl is on in Las Vegas this morning. What sport's being played?
American football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's an adult Happy Meal coming to Macca's with a nostalgic toy. I think it's that nugget.
The
Do you
nugget.
I remember having that little glow-in-the-dark nugget.
Yes.
Do you remember that? I think that was like a 90s one. What fruit is available instead of a burger in a boring Happy Meal?
Oh my God, I have no idea. An apple?
Yeah, it's just like apple slices. I mean, why go to
okay.
Macca's and get an apple? Like,
So what? You get apple slices, chips, and a drink.
Yes. No, there's something else because you can get a juice. It's like
Yeah.
juice. No, water,
Yeah.
apple,
Yeah.
and then something else healthy and
Oh,
boring.
God.
I think it's like a
Feels like a
sandwich.
bit of a stitch up from it. We're going to Macca's, kids. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to a healthy
Totally.
one. Okay.
Totally.
What's the
Yeah.
point? Leonardo DiCaprio has called on the Australian government to save an endangered parrot species. In which film did he play the character Jay Gatsby?
The Great Gatsby.
The DuoLingo Owl mascot has gone viral online after having a Brazilian butt lift. Now it's got that gadonk, that gyat on God. What do you use the app DuoLingo for, Ellie?
I have no idea.
Oh.
DuoLingo.
To learn lingo, to learn a language.
Yes, I mean you did get there in the end,
You
but
worked
yes,
it
yeah. I have no idea why it got butt surgery, but it did. It's on TikTok. It's very memey.
It's a wild video.
It's
if you
so
get time.
strange. It's really strange. Hey, Post Malone says he's a bit nervous about his pre-game performance at the Super Bowl today. I can imagine so. Can you please finish his lyrics?
I don't know his lyrics. Is it something chemical? Or did that already happen?
I mean,
you had a pretty good run, Ellie.
Yeah,
I won't give
You're
it
in
to
the
you.
draw anyway now, Ellie. Don't worry
you're
about
in the
it.
draw, Ellie. Close enough. I mean, Grant and Brunswick. Let's see if you can finish the lyrics.
I've got nothing.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
That's
You're
all
right, Grant. Hey, you're still in the draw, pal. Michael in Geelong. I mean, just before we get into it, do you know the song?
Yes, I believe I do.
All right. All right.
No, I can't let it go. It's chemical.
Yeah. It was a weird way of delivering the answer, but you were right.
It
Michael,
was. It was
yeah.
about as right as the first call, to be
Yeah.
honest. So
Yeah.
probably should have stuck with her. But that's all good. Michael, you're in the draw to see Taylor Swift and I Corporate
Oh
Box.
my God! Thank you so much. Thank
No
you
worries.
so much.
No worries. Fingers crossed for you. Make sure you stay by your phone on Friday. You also get to pick the next song we play. Now, because this guy is playing Super Bowl today, I think we're going to have an usher off. So do you want more?
Belle did her year 10 cheerleading routine to that.
You're 11 when
Year
I was
11.
cheerleading captain. I think you'll find.
You're the captain.
Yeah.
Good for you, Belle.
Thanks, Ben.
Or do you want to hear Burn?
So many days, so many hours, I'm still burning till you return. When the feeling ain't the same in your body to one.
Feels like the kind of song you gyrate to, doesn't it? Yeah. What do you want to hear, Michael?
Oh, it's got to be Burn. Oh, it has to be Burn.
Oh,
hell?
Michael, you like gyrating, don't you?
Yes, and hates Belle's cheerleading routine.
Yeah. No one wants to hear about it, Bells. You're 11.
It's gonna burn for me to say this. It's coming from my heart. It's been a long time coming, but we didn't bend, fell apart. We really wanna work this out, but I don't think you're gonna change it. I do, but you don't. Think it's best we go our separate ways.
Belle, what year did you start cheerleading?
Literally like year 10.
Yeah, wow.
And then captain year 11. And then did a great, didn't win, but did a great performance to More by Usher, which is not the song.
We are about to play.
No.
Did you get inspired to become a cheerleader by watching like a lot of those of the time?
Bring It
American,
On.
Bring It On.
Yes.
Fired up.
Yep. Stomp the
Yes.
Yard.
Oh, were they
Totally.
cheerleaders that stopped the yard? I thought they were more like street. They're like criminals. They're like teen crims. They did like crumping and stuff.
I might be totally wrong, but with Stomp the Yard, I believe might be like dancing in prison because like the yard.
No. I thought
it
stomp.
was.
Yeah, dancing.
I
in prison.
thought stomp the yard like they were basically like there was these teenagers and they would meet up at night and they would like dance in warehouses, and then the police would come and bust them.
I think you're
Is
also
that,
thinking
I've
of-
never seen it, but that's just what I assumed. And like they would settle their arguments with like dancing, like they would like dance at each
Yeah,
other,
but
and
then
they'd
they
wear
went
like
to prison.
and they'd wear cargo pants, and like why did they go to prison though for dancing
I don't know. I think
on,
they're just criminals.
on private property?
All I know is Step Up was the greatest dance film of all time. Absolutely. By far. Channing Tatum, oh my gosh.
Well, 13, 24, 10, what's your favourite dance movie?
It might be Honey.
And don't say Footloose, because I feel like that's like...
No.
Yeah, no, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
Yeah.
Too old.
Yeah.
Has to be like Stomp the Yard era. Well, I've looked up the synopsis here. So DJ Williams, played by Columbus Short, he was a crump dancer in inner city Los Angeles. So
Right.
I remember it was
Yep.
crumping. I remember that.
There's a lot of aggressive
It was
dancing.
like it was a
Every
lot of
film
like
then.
shake them dice and roll them.
Yeah.
You know, it
Yeah.
was like getting in people's face.
Which is the kind of dancing I imagine they do in prison.
Yeah. So and
Didn't do any
then
dancing, to be honest.
he and his younger brother Duron, played by Chris Brown, controversial, compete in a local dance competition as members of crew Goon Squad.
Right.
So they were in Goon Squad.
They
And then
dance, they dance to this, don't they?
Now walk it out. 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 DJ runs down the track. DJ on. We at it again, baby.
So I don't think they're in prison though.
So they're not in prison.
I think they're just,
There's
no, they're not in
definitely
prison.
a bit in prison.
I don't know. Maybe one of them's in prison. But,
But when you
doesn't
I've-
say anything about
I've-
prison here.
I've given it a quick Google, and the front page, like the poster, is somebody walking. It looks like into a university because it says Truth University.
Whoa.
I go to the School of Truth.
Good news, guys. We're starting to get some calls for favourite dance movie.
Now, yeah, look, I already said Step Up earlier.
Yep.
Greatest dance film. But I would have to take that back because I totally forgot about Centre Stage. And Centre Stage is all time.
Ash Gardner in the
Oh.
newsroom's nodding along to that one.
Oh my God, Ash.
100% absolutely. The scene when the dress comes off and it's the red outfit and the heels and the point shoes are red.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and it's just such an emotional film and it's kind of so dark as
I
well.
thought you were going to say it's not Step Up, it's Step Up 3D.
Oh, yeah.
That was the third one.
Yeah,
Or it
when
could
they
be
dance
Step Up-
at you.
Step Up Revolution.
Julia in Hampton, what's your favourite dance movie?
Flashdance.
Oh, we did say they're a little old. Unfortunately, we said sorry. That's fine, Julia. You know, it's a valid response, but we did say Footloose around the Footloose era. We're not going to count it. It has to be like
on.
for the game to work. It has to be like around the 2000s.
So what? Dirty Dancing doesn't
No,
count?
it doesn't.
Nah, it doesn't
No,
count.
no,
No, 'cause
no.
that's a
hang
different. It's a
on.
different.
If it's a different
era.
type of, we're talking about like like dancing with sneakers,
Yeah.
Okay,
like
here's
head
one.
spins and stuff.
Here's one. Does Magic Mike count?
Well, he's a
Yeah.
basketball player. Oh, sorry.
What?
I'm thinking of like Mike. Yeah. Sorry. That's a different Mike.
Yeah, no,
film.
I would accept Magic Mike.
Okay.
I would accept that. yeah.
Nicole in Caroline Springs, what's your favorite dance movie?
It's Dirty Dancing.
Sorry, Nicole. No, you gotta go.
We have rules, guys.
Jesse
Oh, crumping.
in Altona, what's your favorite dance movie?
Yeah, Centre Stage for sure.
Good. Okay,
Yeah, great,
yeah.
Jesse.
What type of?
Well, Centre Stage is about a girl that gets into like the British like ballet school. Or no, is it American or British? New York. It was New York. Okay, yeah, right.
Prestigious.
Yes. No, it is. It is. It's like the top ballet school, and then like she falls for like the hot guy, and then like he's a bad influence. And, like,
Oh, it doesn't sound like there's enough crumping in it for me.
Now walk it out. 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 DJ runs down the track. DJ on. We at it again, baby.
It makes me want to wear baggier clothes.
Okay.
Now walk it out. Now walk it out. Now walk it out. Now walk it out. Now walk it out.
Stop dancing, please.
We should have a crump off later on today.
Oh my God.
Might be news to you, but an exciting announcement on Friday after we finished up the show. Our pals Jason Lauren, who used to be on Kiss on another station here, they are going to be doing the breakfast show now, and myself, Ben and Belle are going to be doing a national show on Nova from 6 to 8 p.m. So it's definitely like way other end of the day, but if you like the show, you can still listen to the podcast that goes out as normal. And look, we're stoked because we're pals with Jason Lauren, and they lost their jobs at the end of last year when Kyle and Jack were coming in. So this is an exciting thing for Nova, and I'm so glad they're here on Nova 100.
Yeah,
now.
so you still hear us now for a few weeks, we believe, and then they'll start.
But obviously, like that, a lot of questions come up from that, like a lot of unanswered stuff. And the main stuff we were getting over the weekend is what happens to Liam's little songs.
Was it?
It was the main thing we're getting, yeah. Which is, the challenge I set myself to make a little song and write, record, execute every single morning for an entire year. It's no easy feat. That's
So
for
naturally, the question is, if you're not going to be doing Melbourne Breakfast anymore, what does happen to the little songs?
That's it, Ben. And
One would hope it doesn't carry over.
well, all of these questions are about to be answered.
We're passing on the breakfast show, but what does that mean for this bit? Is this the end of little songs? Why should it have to be? So tell me why should I let it go? I'm not gonna written 21 little songs. Why stop now? Bell, it's me.
I can't wait for Perth to hear it. Brizzy, you're going to love it. So, yes, Liam's Little Songs will be going national.
That was out of the 21 you've done. That was my favourite one so far. I feel like you've got an extra shot of juice from the
absolutely.
announcement. Today, going to be a top of 35. Tomorrow, even hotter, 36 with rain. Hot rain.
Hot rain. Ugh.
Yeah, but that's cool. If you've got a pool at your house, like an outdoor pool,
Yeah.
you can go in the pool, but it's raining.
There needs to be a word for that feeling when you go in a swimming pool and it's raining.
yeah.
There's a feeling you get and I can't describe it.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
know if you guys used to do this in summer. One of my friends had a pool at his house, and so we used to stand on the road until our feet got really burnt, and then we'd
Yeah.
run in and cool down in the pool.
yeah.
I don't
Why
know.
would you do that?
I don't
to
know. It's just-
yourself?
It was just see how long you could last on the road. Then you run in
That's
and
awful.
sizzle them down.
We used to have, we didn't have a pool growing up. We did actually, Dad filled it in because no one used it, so he filled it in. But I was quite
Sounds
young.
like a dad threat that he
Yeah.
actually committed
I think
to.
before he did that, he started breeding yabbies in it. So we had a pool, and then Dad started breeding yabbies in the pool.
Wait.
And then no one used it, probably because there was yabbies. in
Yeah, I
there.
would say so. Yeah, you
They
kids
put
haven't
it in.
been in this pool for weeks. It's full of yabbies, Dad.
Get in
They
there!
nip us. There's plenty of room for the both of yous.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
If
We
you
had a
don't
swimming
use
pool
it, I'll
fully.
fill it in.
Yeah.
Did you save the yabbies first before it
Oh,
filled
Dad
in?
would have eaten them. Yeah,
That's not safe.
he would have definitely eaten them.
Okay.
We didn't go to waste.
It's better than them being filled
Buried.
with cement. Yeah,
Yeah.
Undertaker style.
Yeah.
True.
Our next guest is one of the most popular names in Aussie TV. He kicked off his career 3 decades ago in news, but now he's your new host of The Chase. Please welcome Larry Emdur.
Larry, good morning. How you
what an
doing?
intro. Thank you, guys.
I like it.
I like the music and how it's swelled to this big sort of.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
coming through the
Sweet.
curtain.
Yeah,
Let's go.
you're here, and
Radio.
well, I know. I'm thinking. I know. Obviously, you've been on TV for a long time, but it feels like you're considering a move to radio this morning. Just seeing how chill we can sort of be. I mean, you mentioned that Ben and myself are barefoot this morning.
Yeah, and you look great. You got shoes
Yeah.
on, but I walked in. You see the guys from outside and all the bare feet, and then you walk in and go, okay, it smells like a footy locker. So, so it's like a sensor. It's a sensor
That's
round.
it.
Larry,
Yeah.
honestly, this studio is so rank. And the saddest thing is I'm getting used to it. So it was just Ben and Liam did the show for years and I was their producer. And I used to come into the studio and be like, ugh. And now I'm here the whole show.
And you can't smell it.
No.
You know what that means?
I'm a part of it.
Yeah,
I do
It's
apologise.
inside.
we like to get the deep heat out before the show, rub it into each other.
Larry, I'm glad you're in this morning because I had a question I wanted to ask you about the show. So with The Chase, you obviously have to read a lot of questions.
Yes.
Now, on this show, every single morning at 6:10 a.m. we do the 6:10 quiz. It's just 5 questions, pretty simple game.
They're very easy. They're not like
Liam-
Chase level questions. It's just
Right,
like
right.
the Super Bowl's
Yeah.
on.
What sport is
What
it?
sport is that? Yeah.
And so normally Belle and producer Andy, they'll write the questions, but then Liam will read them and he fumbles his way through them every morning. Do you pre-read all of the questions on The Chase? Because there's a lot of them.
Yes.
You do?
The big ones.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'll scan them, and if there's a word where I go, whoa,
Yeah.
what's that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I'll focus in on certain words or
Yeah.
certain phrases.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's just normal stuff.
Yeah.
Then I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
right.
right, yeah, okay. Maybe I should take a leaf out of your
You
book.
really
Emdur.
need to.
Yeah, I might just do a bit of work before. And when you're on The Chase, do you find you're retaining a lot of the knowledge. No.
I'd be the smartest guy in the world.
I was going to say, yeah.
As soon as I got the job, my mates are like, "Oh, you come into trivia night at
Yeah.
shitty night at the pub."
Yeah.
I'm like, "No," because I walk in and everyone goes, "Oh, we're gone here. The chase guy's on," and then I sit there like crying in my Southern Comfort and Coke.
I'm not the governess. I'm not the governess.
I honestly wish I could retain. But what I'm doing, I'm reading so quickly that I'm actually not. I'm not absorbing. I'm just sort of thinking, what's coming up next? What's coming up
I
next?
feel like what would happen is you'd always have that thing where you're like, I know it's been said around me. Like, I should
Yeah.
know it, but you
Yeah.
don't actually have the answer.
We should do a bit, Larry, where we send you to a quiz night, but we've got the beast in your ear.
That'd
and
be
you
so good.
You'd clean the floor with them. Yeah,
That'd be so good.
That'd be good.
And win the meat tray.
Do you find, so, I mean, you know, you even mentioned that, like out at the pub and you're the chase guy. Do people come up to you and say, like get me on, Larry?
everyone.
Yeah, it feels like they
Everyone.
would. Like, I would beat him. I play it all the time. It's
Yeah.
got a lot of play along.
Absolutely. But I've had that all my life. I used to do Prices Right. And
Yes.
people would come up to me in the supermarket and go, I'd win that. And I'm like, would you? All right, we're in the supermarket. You tell me now. We've got 4 items. Put them in order from least expensive to most.
Yeah.
Because I've always had that. But everyone thinks they can do well on the chase.
Really?
Yeah. And but it's like, okay, come in. Great. It's come and have a go. But I've seen really clever, really sharp people come in, and you can tell because they're a professor of this or a doctor or something, and then just under the lights with the microphones and the cameras
they
and
crumble.
crumble.
Yeah, we actually work with one. We're good friends with one.
Yeah.
Producer Andy. He
Wears
thinks
glasses.
he could. Yes. He's very smart.
The guy with glasses.
The guy with glasses, yeah.
Smart.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But he's got shoes on. He really stands out.
he stands out. I think he thinks he could win the chase.
I think he does, yeah.
I think he could.
Do we want to get him in?
Andy, sir, come on into the studio. Andy, come on in.
Come on in,
mate.
Andy. Come on in, Andy. Andy, you're a fan of the chase yourself,
It's my favourite TV show.
and
100%.
And you think you could beat like the Beast?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
I do it at home, which I think everyone does. And I would say most nights I win. well, I actually, my ego is so big, I reverse it. So I let the contestants play, and then I will play the role of the chaser and chase them down every night. Yeah.
So if you're watching the show, it's like a charity thing.
Kind of, yeah.
What would your name be? Would you have there's like the Super Nerd and Tiger Mom stuff?
I don't know. That's a question I haven't answered for. The spectacles, maybe. I mean,
The
you find out my
spectacles.
glasses.
I'd say the Scotsman.
The Scotsman?
Yeah, the Scotsman sounds
Okay, I
brutal.
like that.
I reckon Sheldon.
Well, look, we wanted to play this morning.
All right.
I've got a minute on the clock. Larry, how many questions does Andy have to get for this to be a pass, to be a win?
Well, like 10 would be awesome.
10.
So I'd get through 10 to 12 questions in that minute if
Okay.
we're racing through.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
Very reliant on the contestant answering in good
course.
time.
Of course,
So if
of
the
course.
contestant goes, whatever, then
It's
we're
going to
chewing
burn
up
the
time.
burn the clock down.
But he doesn't
If
look
you-
like a time chewer to me. He doesn't look like a time chewer.
No, I got to say, Andy, if you can get 10 done in a minute, my mind will be blown.
Yeah.
My mind. Will
I'm
be blown.
excited.
I'm excited for this.
Right.
We're getting a live.
And if you get 10, then you get to choose a suitcase. Oh, no, wrong.
All right, I've got a minute on the clock. Larry, you good to go?
I'm pretty good.
All right, here we go.
Oh, in 2023, who became the first woman to have 4 albums on the Billboard Top 10 at once?
Taylor Swift.
Correct. The coastline of Portugal lies on which ocean?
The Atlantic.
Correct. Which late artist was formerly known as the artist formerly known as Prince?
Prince.
Correct. Which former US president signed a production deal with Netflix in 2018?
Obama.
Correct. Genre-spanning actor Troy McClure is a character
The
in which...
Simpsons.
Correct. The name of which game show host is an anagram of real dry rum?
Larry Emdur.
Correct. The US Declaration of Independence was approved in which month?
July.
Correct. What was the second South Australian team to join the AFLW?
Port Adelaide.
Correct. Who is the only Australian actor to have won an Oscar, an Emmy and a Tony Award?
Hugh Jackman.
Jeffrey Rush. Sam Kerr and which other Matilda star were nominated at the 2023 Ballon d'Or?
Pass.
Haley Rasso. Which colourless gas is the second lightest element on the periodic table?
Oxygen.
What did I get?
8.
You're doing so well.
Crumbled at the end.
I thought he had it in the bag.
You were so close to Taylor Swift tickets there.
No.
Flew out of the. That was terrific.
Andy, that was wild. I thought you would have had Haley Rasso.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh,
There you go.
man.
Sorry.
Oh, no, don't apologise. Don't apologise. I feel like he's really disappointed in himself now. Larry, we're just going to have to get you to come in again to do another
I
show.
could do that every day. That was so fun.
That was, honestly, what the month of the Declaration of Independence? I was like, okay, I mean, come on.
Very impressive.
You were 2 questions away from cracking that audition for being a chaser. I'm so sorry.
Thank you so much.
Sheldon, thank you very much. Larry, a pleasure having you on the show.
Thanks, guys.
People can catch The Chase on Channel 7 at 5 p.m. You have a great day.
Enjoy your main course.
Great news for Swifties. Free tram zone is being extended to the MCG for when Taylor is here on the weekend.
Also, if you wear one of those bracelets all this week, you can just not pay for public transport and just say like, oh no, I'm just going Taylor. Just getting there early.
Yeah.
What, while you're out in Ringwood?
Well, yeah, you're just saying, yeah, I'm just going in. I heard it was free to the MCG. They said it on the radio. You know, I feel like you could argue that.
Now that we talked about it last week, those friendship bracelets that the Swifties wear, now that we talked about that, I can't not see them everywhere. Like, people are making them as well.
Yeah, they have, like,
I'm seeing
parties.
people
that's
post
the whole
about
thing.
making them.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, you have to make them. And I mean, I'm not going to comment on all the plastic that's being bought with all the beads.
Oh, here we go.
Jeez. You wait till she fires up about the plastic. Not to mention the private jet she's gone from Japan to America to Melbourne in this week.
Don't even. You see one of her jets, and it's rumoured that it's one that she just sold, but one of them made a 15-minute flight over the weekend.
Yeah, shooting plastic bands out to everyone. Here you go, Swifties. Enjoy it. Wear them.
Glitter and confetti and all the
it'll be
rest.
fun.
Anyway.
Love rap. There's a love rap.
13:24:10 this morning. Did you have a stage 4 clinger? Did you have someone that just did not let go? There's been a lady, unfortunately, arrested for sending a guy 159,000 texts.
Did you say,
Oh my
did you say
God.
159,000?
159,000 texts after their first date. Now, this is since 2017. She didn't just do it all in a week. Since 2017. So she's now been handcuffed. She's been put away.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's just inappropriate.
That's a clinger.
That's a clinger and a half.
Real clinger.
That's a stage 5 clinger. Yeah. But look, huge, like amazing story in itself. But I was looking at some of the comments of this story over the weekend, and there's people just commenting on this saying, finally, someone who really took advantage of unlimited data.
Pushing it to the absolute limit.
Someone said, yeah, she's just showing him that she's interested, just dropping little hints. And how did he not just block her after the first couple of hundred texts?
It does feel like he just would have blocked her, right?
Yeah. And someone else just said, maybe if you just replied to her after the first text, it'll all be fine.
That sounds like another stage 4 clinger.
With the blocking, though, if someone's that unhinged, you kind of want to know where they are at all times. Like, you
That's
don't want to
true.
block them.
You want to see if things are starting to turn more turbo.
Yeah.
I had a stage 4 clinger once. Like, it was very, brief, just seeing each other. And then she would when she was out, she'd send photos of her with other men being like, are you jealous?
That's right. I remember that.
And I'd go, no. Stop talking to me, please. But what about this? How does this make you feel?
Yeah.
Like, no, that's enough from
That's
me.
a stage 4.
That's a stage 4, for
13, 24, 10. Did you have a stage 4 clinger? Not expecting 159,000 texts, but also wouldn't not accept it.
If you get on air to tell us about your clinger, you'll go on the draw to go see Taylor Swift. That's amazing. Would we accept the other side if someone is claiming to be a clinger?
They might start clinging on to us and calling us too much, and we go, yes, thank you, Janet. That's
so
enough.
we don't want clingers. We want people who have had a story with a clinger.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah,
if you're a clinger, do you know you're a clinger?
Potentially not. But like, if you're a self-identified stage 4 clinger and you'd also like to get in touch, that's fine. 13 24 10 is the number. Anyone who gets on air is in the draw to go to Taylor Swift in our corporate box.
We're asking on 13 24 10, did you have a stage 4 clinger after a woman's been arrested for texting a guy 159,000 times after their date?
Yeah, she's keen. Definitely not treating him mean. 13 24 10, if you get on air for this as well, if you've had a stage 4 clinger, you are in the draw to head to Taylor Swift in our corporate box. Rochelle in Bayswater, tell us about your clinger.
Yeah, so this was a long time ago, but I was casually dating a guy. We'd been on a few dates, and one night I decided to go out for dinner with my girlfriend for a catch-up. And I didn't think to mention it to him. And while I was at dinner, I got a message from my mum saying that he had showed up at my house and that he was waiting there for me to get home. because I hadn't responded to his messages.
Oh my God.
That's dangerous.
That is a clinger.
So obviously, you ended it then and there.
Look, I had to slowly phase it out. I was a bit worried. The red flags were flying.
Yes.
Smart.
Rocked up to your mum's house.
Did your mum, what is she, she'd serve him tea and, host him for a bit?
She was too nice. I think she chatted to him and kept him company for quite a while. I was out. But, yeah, she was worried too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
That's wild. Stage 4 clinger. Mary in Coburg, tell us about yours.
So I've been on one date with this guy, and he was very keen to set up a second date, as you are, and I was kind of trying to play it cool and be like, oh, I think I'm busy, or I can't tonight. I've got rehearsal tonight, until 9 p.m. and I'm too tired. And then he was like, oh, I'll just pick you up from rehearsal. And I was like, no, thank you. He's like, well, I know where it is. And I was like, okay, no, all good. We're going out for drinks after, so don't stress. And then that night, I actually got a video message from him, and it was him playing a song that he dedicated to me. That was like, it's going to be amazing. Your rehearsal's going to go so well. Can't wait to see you again.
Any guy that writes a song, I'm sorry, but no.
Was he singing and playing an instrument, or just singing?
Yes, singing and playing piano, and it was
Like an original? Was it an original?
It was an original, completely new. Yeah, it was great material for a couple months later.
Of course. Yeah, that would have gone wild in the group chat. They would have loved it. The girls would have gone off. That's insane, right?
I think Ed Sheeran can do that. If you're not Ed Sheeran, you don't have a right to sing any girls.
Well, it's actually, I must admit, if I'm coming clean, little songs are how I met my wife. I'm obviously joking.
I don't think you are.
It's a callback to a little segment I do.
Yeah, I got it.
Right.
About little songs.
Our next guest is a Melbourne star who's now a worldwide name. They've headlined festivals, sold out tours, and got ARIAs and MTV awards filling their pockets. Now they're hitting the Nova Red Room tonight. Please welcome G-Flip.
We are so excited for tonight. Good morning, G-Flip. How you doing?
I'm good. How are we doing?
Oh, not too bad. I mean, tonight, the SB, you're doing Nova's Red Room. Are we right in saying that's where you performed your first ever gig?
Yeah, I played my very first show in the Gershwin Room in the SB when I was 15. So it's cool to go back there, and I've invited my whole high school group that were at that show with their parents, because obviously everyone was underage, so everyone had to bring their parents. But I've invited the old crew down, so it's a bit of a full circle moment.
So that's where all those invites have gone that we don't have to give out, right?
Are their parents coming as well? I mean, obviously they can drink this time.
No, I think it'll just be the high school group. There are a bunch of loose cannons, so it should be a bit of fun. But yeah, it's cool to be going full circle back to where I played my first gig.
Yeah, it must be a bit of a trip after all these years and all the success you've had. Have many people hit you up in the hometown for gigs, for tickets to this one?
A few. It's more the actual fans in my DMs going crazy asking me for tickets and stuff. But no, I always try to look after my friends and family whenever I'm in town, so they're always permanently on the list. So it'll be good to see.
And look, I know you have such a huge following, and we love you, and the people of Australia love you. So you might not have seen through all those DMs that I believe someone in this room actually reached out. One Belle Jackson, just to sort of say how excited she was for the event. Still waiting on a response.
Well, look, I said it on the show, on Friday.
What did you say?
Well, we were talking about you, and then I said, I've DM'd G-Flip. Haven't got a reply. That's fine. But no, I get it. You're busy. That's okay.
I can't reply to everyone.
I get it. Have you messaged me before, or this is the first time?
No. Oh, no, we've messaged before. It's fine.
I've replied before, haven't I?
Yeah.
You have. No, I was saying because No, I'm just needy.
Don't harp on that I haven't replied. I've replied before.
No, gee, to paint you in a better light, I know that your DMs and Liam's DMs go pretty far back to the Triple J days. There's a few nights out there as well.
Oh, yeah.
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 But I try to reply to as many people as I can. I do a couple hundred a day.
Oh, my God.
No. I've always done that ever since my very first shows. And I honestly, I remember when I was such a big fan of an artist called Meg Mac, and I DM'd her, and she messaged me back, and it changed my life. So I always try to reply back to as many people as I can. It's obviously getting harder the more that I get, but you know, I do try my best.
And
That's really good.
You've had an absolutely huge few months. I mean, Grammys? You're at the Grammys?
Yeah, I went to the Grammys. It's very different to the Arias.
I can imagine. I'm assuming the catering's top tier. I mean, did you see anyone there? I mean, you said you've mentioned you've been in this game a long time, and getting a response from the likes of Meg Mac's mind blowing. But were there people in that room that you're seeing for the first time, like Beyonce, and just going like, what is actually happening here?
Yeah, you know, at the after parties and walking around, you do see, you know, big stars. Olivia Rodrigo walked past me and Conan Gray. But then, you know who I ran into? Delta Goodrum. I'm like, walking around. And I see this really tall, beautiful lady, and I'm like, that's Delta. So that was funny running into Delta.
That's sick. And after party as well. The after party would have been awesome. That would have been just so good. I did see on your Insta that, you were seated a little bit high, but I could see you zooming in on Taylor Swift and stuff. So that was cool. Now, can we quickly talk Taylor? You did an incredible cover of Cruel Summer, just like my favourite cover so far ever. And there has been a bit of a movement to get you to possibly support her. Has there been any word on that? Is there any update?
Look, the only movement is my mum making a petition. So my mum made a petition, and I think it nearly got 20,000 signatures, to be honest. So, which is a little bit cute. But yeah, you know, obviously, doing that cover, it was so fun. It's one of my favorite Taylor songs, and I didn't expect the reaction it got, and I definitely didn't expect Taylor to be liking it either. And, you know, of course, anyone wants to open for Taylor. I'll be attending. I can't wait this week. I'll be there. But yeah, I'm not opening. I wish I was, but you know, it's not it. I'll be there. I've actually already been in LA, and the show is so good, and I'm so excited to go again.
Well, look, people are excited for her show, but everyone's excited for your show as well, G Flip. It's Nova's Red Room. It's tonight at the ESPY. Look, I know you gave all your tickets to all your mates, but there is a few left. So people listening now, if they want to get their hands on them, they can call 13 24 10 if you want to head along to Nova's Red Room with G Flip. G Flip, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll see you tonight.
No stress. See you, mate.
Today's the big day. The Super Bowl is on, but everyone's tuning in for Taylor. So obviously she's going out with Travis, and some people have come up with a fantastic drinking game if you're watching the Super Bowl today. But it's all around Taylor Swift and Travis. So if you're sitting at home, you got some beers, you got some shots as well. There's shots included.
Jello shots, perhaps?
Sure, Ben, if you're 18.
What? Like most Taylor Swift fans.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I don't
true.
think there's many Swifties cracking a few beers at 10 a.m. on a Monday taking work off for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there'll be a few vodka raspberries.
Yeah, for sure. UDLs.
The drinking game, like I said, revolves around Taylor on screen doing stuff. You've got things like drink if Taylor appears on screen.
Yep.
A Taylor Swift song plays.
Yep.
You hear or read a person complain about Taylor Swift. You see any of Taylor's squad. Taylor eats, Taylor cheers, or Taylor looks concerned.
Is there different amounts you drink per thing you see, or is it just a shot for each one?
That is all just have a drink.
Yeah,
so just take a sip.
You're going to end up in hospital.
Yeah.
After those ones. You couldn't do that.
Mate, you want to hear finish your drink?
Oh.
Yeah, what's finish your drink?
Finish your drink if Travis makes a heart hand gesture at Taylor.
Whoa. Which he will do.
Yes.
He's corny like that.
Yeah.
Finish your drink if you see the number 13, Taylor's lucky number. Anywhere from signs to the game clock. So if there's a 13
There's a lot of 13s.
There's a lot.
Oh, yeah. Or if a score is currently on 13. Now take a shot if you see Taylor Swift themed signs, costumes, face paint, etc. in the stands. What? If Taylor high fives a fan, you take a shot. Or take a shot if Taylor and Travis kiss, which is also just genuinely definitely going to happen. So good luck today.
Yeah, if you play that, you will be blind.
Please be over 18, Taylor fans.
I couldn't believe the footage from the weekend. Barnaby Joyce on the side of the road after having clearly an extremely large night. It's wild. That's okay. That's a politician, and that's like... It's kind of just been like, everyone's like, oh, you got to explain yourself, but it's just like, oh, no, that's just Barnaby.
Yeah.
And like, where are his mates? And he's like by himself. It looks like he's
in a suit as well.
He's in a suit. He's sort of on the phone to someone.
Yep.
Lying on his back. His feet are in the air. It looks like he's sort of tripped on a pot plant, maybe.
Yeah.
He's had a big night.
So Anthony Albanese has come out and said that he has to explain himself after being filmed lying on the footpath in Canberra.
He's done a please explain.
He was in Canberra's entertainment precinct, obviously very late at night. And the footage shows him lying on his back, as you said, feet in the air, and he's on the phone.
Swearing, right?
Mr. Joyce has said about the incident that it's very embarrassing, and it happened when he was walking back to his accommodation after Parliament had risen late at 10 p.m. He said, while on the phone, I sat on the edge of a planter box. I fell over, but I just decided to keep talking on the phone. Come on.
Just nah.
Come on, Barnaby.
Oh, no, I'm down here. It's like a turtle.
Yeah, I mean...
That's like a ridiculous child's excuse for clearly you were just tanked on the side of the road.
And just, it's fine. Like, I think everyone prefers it when you just put your hand up and say, look, I've made a mistake.
I had a big one.
You know what I am? I'm a dad on the sauce.
You want to do dads on the sauce?
I want to do 13, 24, 10. Dads on the sauce.
Dads on the sauce. Dads on the sauce. A silly man on the cans. Your dad was on the sauce.
Did your dad just have an absolute rager out of nowhere? You've just gone, Dad, why have you done that? 13, 24, 10's the number.
A bit like Barnaby.
If you get on air as well, you are in the draw to see Taylor Swift in our corporate box.
Hannah in Yarraville, good morning. Did your dad have a big night on the sauce?
Morning, yes. So my family were recently in New York at a restaurant, and my mum and dad are amicably separated, very good friends.
Mm-hmm.
So my mum was with us on the trip, and so was my dad's partner.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad had one too many bevies in this restaurant and proceeded to tell the entire restaurant, this is my wife and this is my girlfriend. It's a little bit Mormon, but it's all right. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Dad was feeling like a big guy in New York. Two-timing. Kim in Baldwin North. Did your dad have a big one on the sauce?
He did. We had a family barbecue, and my dad's party trick was to put a wig on and put oranges down his top. And my brother, who would have been about 8 or 9 at the time, pulled his wig off, and my dad proceeded to chase him around the pool, jumped the corner of the pool, and fell into the pool, so he sort of slipped and then gashed all his leg and needed stitches. So,
yeah, right.
That's one of many
Dad
stories.
On the sauce, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Can we do what's your dad's party trick?
Yeah. Or what
one day?
does your dad do behind closed doors? You walk in on your dad. No, it's just my party trick. Why are you wearing mum's clothes? Oh, good. Kelly.
My friends find it really funny.
It's hilarious. Give me the oranges. Kelly in Greensboro. Your dad was on the sauce.
He was on the sauce. He was on the sauce. He'd done some 3Ds before we were heading to a 40th birthday party, and he wears dentures, and unfortunately one of his front tooth dentures had fallen out.
Yeah.
And so he makes us pull over at a 7-Eleven, and he goes in and decides super glue's the way to fix this problem. He puts the super glue on the tooth and puts it in place, but decides to hold it in place with his tongue. Goes to the counter to pay, pulls the dentures out, also with a huge chunk of his tongue.
No!
The blood starts dispersing all over the counter. The 7-Eleven gentleman faints.
Yeah.
And in walks.
Yeah, that's a dad on the sauce. All right, Kelly. Crazy story.
You know, you get yourself there, Kelly. Your dad on the sauce.
13 24 10. If you've got a story you'd like to share, give us a buzz. Did your dad get on the sauce?
Dad's on the sauce. Dad's on the sauce.
After Barnaby Joyce was caught having a big one, Jess in Doreen, tell us about your dad on the sauce.
Yeah, he had a big day at his work Christmas party and decided to have a nap in the afternoon. He woke up and there was a bit of noise going on in the street. He wandered outside to abuse Santa and the rest of our neighbours having their Christmas party. But they all burst out laughing because he was in his Y-front. It didn't really have the effect he planned.
Yeah,
and he had to
right.
wander back inside.
Just out in his jocks.
Oh, in his jocks. Ah.
Tash in Williamstown, tell us about your dad on the sauce.
My dad, at my 21st birthday, I was asleep and he decided it would be hilarious to try and shave my eyebrows off.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. You have to ask him. But
Is your dad Steve-O?
Yeah, it sounds like it. But yeah, he thought it would be funny, but he got just the corner off and my best friend was sleeping over, thank gosh.
Yeah.
And she thankfully stopped him from getting the entire eyebrow.
Wow. It's just the thing when Dad gets on the sauce, he goes around shaving his kids' eyebrows.
Wow. Thanks for sharing, Tash.
This is like an annoying guy on like a footy trip or something.
Yeah. Hey, look, we do have to move on from Dads on the Sauce because
no, do we? Do we have to?
We really do, Liam. We do. Because G-Flip going to be joining us in the next 10 minutes, but we do appreciate all your calls for Dads on the Sauce.
Dad's on the sauce. Dad's on the sauce.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.